So though the service commissions work in silos, each commission is an independent body in itself. There is no direct supervisory role of any commission on any other, including UPSC and public service commissions. So, but sharing the best practices, understanding each other's commitments and issues would be a better model. That's why a forum called Standing Committee of Public Service Commissions is established under the leadership of UPSC, sir. So with that, we meet regularly, and then these kind of conferences are organized. See, last time we had in Kerala on technology upgradation, how to utilize technology into the Public Service Commission recruitments. Now that you are an IT minister, how blockchain technology can stop various mischiefs occurring there. At the same time, now we are now into legal issues. So now BR chairperson has given a very detailed presentation how they could overcome an exam hurdle right up to the Supreme Court, which is never heard whether it is possible. The way they have gone ahead with the challenge is a very, very educative issue for all of us. So like that, Madam Anuradha ji also, she from Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission, she enlightened us with various other issues. Now Prabhakar from Tamil Nadu, sir, has come all the way. So he has explained various things. Karnataka chairperson has come, Goa chairperson has come, then Chhattisgarh chairperson has come, Gujarat chairperson has come. So Uttarakhand chairperson has come. So like this, number of chairpersons and their colleagues, commission members, they have come. Now we are deliberating on various issues. And for your understanding, sir, especially for the minister's understanding, we are in a position, most unenviable position anybody can imagine. Because when 4 lakh people write the exam, we can hardly give jobs to 400 people. So that means 99.999% of people are unhappy with us for no fault of you. It's not that we did something wrong. Just because they didn't get, they think we have done a bad job. Luckily, UPSC is saved from that problem because UPSC has so much of trust built in for the last several decades. So nobody dare to say that UPSC has done a bad job. So everybody will say, it's my fault. They own up the responsibility than putting the blame on the UPSC. Whereas in state public service commissions, more so in Telugu states, it has become a habit that anybody who is not getting a job, they think some gafla must have happened. That's what they always say. So, in fact, recently after we have given group 1 results, those people who got less than, say, 20 marks in all 6 papers combined, they are sitting silent. But some expert claiming to be a coaching center person or somebody say how anybody can get 20 marks. The person who has got 20 marks, that person knows because he gave white papers in few exams. I have seen personally as chairman why anybody is getting 0. Complete white paper some people have given. Not even, he has not written anything, not even a line. Even crossing the page also they have not done. So how can I give him 5 marks, 10 marks? Not possible. So this others they don't understand. So these kind of challenges we have. So Nalsar being one of the biggest and most known, most respected institution on legal education, so we wanted to partner with them, and with this collaboration of Telangana Public Service Commission and the Nalsar University. So we wanted to bring in this legal education, and also we wanted to build a repository of all court cases, of all commissions, so that we can understand the total area of domain expertise, so that suppose some, say Uttarakhand wants to have some case study of some, say, normalization. So suppose if he checks in within his commission, there will be very little knowledge. But if you check up with thousands of cases of all public service commissions, plus court cases in staff selection commission, plus in other recruitment bodies like recruitment boards, so then good knowledge base comes up. So that kind of repository of knowledge we wanted to build up. So with this kind of effort, in future we will be ready to get the overall understanding of any court cases filed anywhere, and we will be working shoulder to shoulder with our fellow commissions, so that we can come up with a positive results for the number of students who are waiting for quick results and also quick appointments. So with that idea, this conference is organized. So though we could not inaugurate in scheduled time, but not to lose time, we have started the conference with the permission of both the chief guests here. I have taken permission from Honorable UPSC Chairperson and also Minister sir. So we have gone ahead, and 2 sessions are already over. So this time, if with your abundant knowledge on public affairs, both of you, if you can enlighten us how this happens, how we can overcome, and how to give best service to the people who are looking up to us. Thank you very much. So now I request our VC Nalsar to give his welcome address.
On behalf of the National Academy of Legal Studies and Research, Nalsar, I warmly welcome the Chairman of the Union Public Service Commission, Dr. Ajay Kumar ji, and our beloved IT Minister, Sridhar Babu, who himself is a lawyer, and his visit to the Nalsar campus is pending. I think some of you may not be aware, when Sridhar Babu was the Education Minister, that was during the time the domicile reservation for Telangana students was implemented. Since then, we are getting a very generous grants and support from the then Andhra Pradesh government and now Telangana government. So thank you, Sridhar Garu. And I think this is a right as a opt session also, as a lawyer and who practiced for some time and then came into the politics, so he will understand much better than any other person of the problems of litigation and the solutions to that. So I welcome again Sri Venkatesham Garu, Chairperson, Telangana Public Service Commission, distinguished members and heads of the Public Service Commissions from different states of India, esteemed judges, some of them will be joining and some of them are here, delegates, officers, our senior advocate Ravichandra, and several other friends, and all of you, those who have grateful you have joined this participation in this conference. Public service commissions as constitutional bodies have an enormous responsibility of recruiting and selecting the right talent. That's a great job, and we were looking at sometimes if you miss the timeline, we were just narrating, I think if you miss even 2-3 years, the young aspirational youth will be missing their lifetime achievement. So therefore, this is a great onerous duty of identifying and recruiting and selecting the right talent. However, in the recent past, litigations have surged across domains, specifically issues relating to reservation policy compliance, cancellations, normalization issues, and rule change challenges. They remind us that every procedural innovation must adhere to procedural fairness and transparency. It's not just law, it's a basic principle of natural justice, openness, transparency, fairness in procedure. The autonomy of public service commissions must remain within constitutional guardrails, upholding their mandate and not to succumb to opaque or arbitrary practices. Through our panels in the next 2 days, from litigation anatomy to judicial compliance, from stakeholder accountability to forward-looking mitigation strategies, all of us, legal educators, practitioners, administrators, all of us must collaboratively address the major challenges. The solutions will be explored through multi-stakeholder national seminar like this. And as I said in the morning session, I am a strong votary of alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. Alternative dispute resolution mechanisms are recognized as an equal and preferable pathways to justice with amicable resolution of disputes. With the coming into force of the new Mediation Act 2023, that first time unified, standardized, and institutionalized mediation. It will transform India's legal culture, making justice more accessible, humane, and restorative. By recognizing technology-enabled mediation, the Mediation Act 2023 aligns India's dispute resolution framework with global trends and promote greater digital access to justice. I am sure we will be learning a lot at the end of this 2 days conference. I would like to thank Telangana Public Service Commission for collaborating with us. We look forward, all of us working together, creating best practices and solutions, and we will continue to interact and learn from each other. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Krishnadeva Garu. Now I request Honorable Minister to give his valuable address.
Andariki Namaskaram. A very good afternoon to all. I was supposed to say good morning. Revered UPSC Chairman Dr. Anil Kumar Garu, Ajay Kumar Garu, a tall figure in legal luminaries who is heading this Nalsar University, Sri Krishna Devaraya Garu, and the host and our Public Service Commission Chairman, Sri Burra Venkatesham Garu. And of the days, all the honorable chairmen of the different states of Public Service Commission, honorable members of Public Service Commission, and our Secretary of Public Service Commission here. And I was so pleased to see my senior advocate, Sri Ravichandra Garu, and friends on the video. So definitely this conference over here signifies some of the sharpest minds of governance, of law, and also the institutional reforms who have gathered here, and it's me addressing here. It's a great pleasure on part of me to address on this national conference on the legal issues and the mitigation, organized specially by our chairman, Burra Venkatesham Garu, on behalf of our Telangana Public Service Commission. As you all know, this commission is very young, but I can say on behalf of this state, it's most dynamic institution in our country. First of all, I would like to mention, because after so long years, the Public Service Commission, after we formed this state, has become first time for the past year more vibrant, more dynamic, and I commend our Public Service Commission for convening this timely and nationally relevant conference. In a short span, it has emerged as a symbol of institutional integrity, innovation and excellence in public recruitment. I would like to mention, because all the elders are over here, and we are proud to say, in a span of 1 year, with lots of rigorous exercise, this commission has conducted a record number of examinations, creating unprecedented employment opportunities for our youth. This is not an administrative achievement. It's a social commitment delivered. I would like to mention here, in a year's time, they could able to recruit 20,000 young youth into the process of the public employment. So all the credence for them. And this success stems from the vision with Telangana Public Service Commission, comes from reconstitution of this commission by eminent academics, seasoned civil servants, and domain experts. Together, they represent a confluence of wisdom, experience and dedication to public service. As a government, we are deeply conscious of our responsibility to fulfill long-standing vacancies, some of which we have remained unaddressed for a decade. I was just mentioning to Dr. Ajay Kumar Garu. The Group 1 notification in the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, combined state of Andhra Pradesh, has come in 2011. After 14 years, the Group 1 examination has been conducted and successfully conducted by our government. So this reflects the commitment, firstly by our ideology of our governance, and also reflects the commitment and the strenuous hard work taken by the Public Service Commission. So these individuals who may be working as the chairman or the members of Public Service Commission or the secretary who are working have been tirelessly working to fulfill the vision of the government. But we have seen over the past 1.5 years, we were in the government. So time and again, we have seen so many systematic challenges confronting the Public Service Commission day in and day out. One of this is the topic of this today's and tomorrow's conference is the litigation. Frivolous litigation, legal entanglements, and also so much of intervention by civil groups have become the routine hurdles stalling the recruitment process. You know, stalling the recruitment process in one way, and the other way, if you see in the social angle, they have sabotaged the aspirations of countless young candidates. But I would like to mention here the government commitment, government, especially the political willpower, made many things happen. When the litigation arose, and everybody knows this is a democratic country, politically, to have an advantage, the political groups also tried to stall. But still, we had a political will to recruit young people who have been waiting for the public services recruitment for the past decade. That political will has given so much of support to the Public Service Commission, who made the decisions on the rules and procedures and moved forward. So that helped us, that helps Public Service Commission to overcome many hurdles, many issues, and the recruitment has been done very successfully. You know, we all know when such litigation happens, we don't take it as a legal case. We keep telling. And on the public fora too, we keep appealing to the people. You know, it is not about a legal litigation which is stopping them, but if you look at it on the social aspect, it is a real story of a young aspirant, a household waiting for a stability, a village hoping for a representation in the process of coming into the public service. So what happening is all these legal delays not only shatters the dreams, but also lead to wastage of public funds and repetitive administrative effort. And we have seen it weakens service delivery and erodes public faith in us. And while identifying these problems, hope this conference also tries to address in the way best possible, and hopefully not only the conference identify the problems, this 2 days conference shall put forward a roadmap for this institutional resilience. And as a Minister for IT, here working for our state, I can proudly say that with the exceptional IT capabilities of our talent here, it is uniquely positioned to pioneer a centralized database of legal cases involving public service commissions. Such a database augmented by a AI, artificial intelligence powered legal analytics, and also machine learning, as our chairman has just told, through the technology of blockchain, can help uncover patterns, predict risk zones, and inform the legal strategies. I commend the conference for incorporating panels on technology drivers legal solutions of the stakeholders engagement. This is not only, we're not seeking only Telangana based solution. It can serve as a national model. You know, IT driven state with the best of the legal research institute headed by Krishna Devaraya Garu is here. We can come up with a national model empowering service commission from across the country with evidence-based legal insights and the strategic foresight. I would like to mention here, I'm a non-practicing advocate over here, whom I know, Mr. Ravi Chandra ji is here. Lot many depends upon the policy making. One, we do lots of the policy making because, you know, the eminent civil servant who is heading the Public Service Commission is here. And also one of the bright young IAS officer who had been made the Public Service Commission chairman is also here. Many of you would have been into the bureaucracy. But what happens is, as the political exigency appears, to go in for the recruitment, sometime noticeably or unnoticeably, we expedite the process of the recruitment. In that process of the recruitment, we miss slightly finer points which we leave it to advocates like us or to Mr. Ravi Chandra. You know, when litigation comes to us, when the policy framework is right, you know, then I was a young advocate who my senior always used to say, you read it many a time, you will find some loophole. Some or other loophole, a word, and, af, of. So due diligence has to start from the policy making. How many has to be recruited? How many in the inclusive theory of our political governance in terms of the rules of reservation, or in terms of any categorical specification which has to be told to the Public Service Commission. It has to be specific, it has to be very clear, but still, you know, courts are there. I am telling not as a lawmaker, but as a advocate, I can say that the best of the policy or best of the theory you come up, we can find some fault or the other which infringes the basic principles of the Constitution, which infringes the natural law, theory of law of justice. So, or even though there are too much of, you know, caution and precautions taken place, but we have to see the litigation has to come down. As rightly told by Burra Venkateshan Garu, how data can be helpful. How data led by through technology can be helpful. Now, the cutting edge technologies like artificial intelligence can play a greater role while coming into our legislation too, and also while you specify notifications for different governmental posts. So this data can be helpful, that can be analyzed, processed by the greatest technological engine AI, which we have to embrace and integrate into our process of administration. Until and unless we embrace and integrate these technologies into your administration stream, you know, these things will be conventional. this technological input or technological help will help Public Service Commission to come up and lessen the litigation. We can't say no litigation will be there. Somebody may say, Burra Venkatesham Garu doesn't want to be made as a Group 1 officer. He can go on that. Litigation keeps coming, but education ultimately, whether it stands on the court of law or doesn't, is different. And I would like to mention here that many a time I keep seeing, because as a public representative, I keep calling Venkateshan Garu and our secretary all the time. So many issues keep coming up. They try to highlight what basically has happened in this policy formulation. On that premise, people are coming for litigation. And many a time, they were very, very strict enough to show the transparency of the institution. They safeguarded the integrity and the dignity of the institution. Most of our, I think Public Service Commission has a name altogether in all states that they stand for integrity, discipline, transparency, and everybody in a UPSC stands as an ideal commission. And I don't go with Mr. Burra Venkatesham's theory. Even in UPSC too, people who don't get into the Group 1 or Group 2 or the main services, they also try to put forward, that there is some issue in UPSC. The human element, the human psychology is that. Let's not fear. We, as you are going by, with lots of sincerity, integrity, and transparency, these commissions are doing a great job. And this exercise of conference of getting down or cutting down the litigation and part of Public Service Commission, where you are spending your energies, spending your resources to counter them. And we have a institution and we have a one more organ in your department as well as in our state governments of law department. And we have to go in tandem with the law departments and the legal departments in consonance and see way forward for it. With the best of the brains you are here, I literally see the deliberations for the next 2 days may give lots of insights to us, we at the policy formulations, and also for the Public Service Commission to adopt to the few rules and regulations of this game. I hope to see, and ultimately our goal and aim for either for you or for us is to see that the talent is being recognized. Talent should get the right place. And through this talent, our nation grows. With one quote of Baba Sahib Ambedkar, I would like to tell, with quotes, constitution morality is not reached as not being considered as a natural sentiment. It has to be cultivated. The conference is a powerful step, I believe, in cultivating that sentiment, not just in statutes or systems, but in the heart of the administrators, lawyers, policy makers, and all the stakeholders. I thank you one and all. I thank our chairman, Mr. Venkatesham, for inviting me over here to be in the midst of the brilliant minds over here. And way back, I shall be carrying some of the positive energy to do something back to the society. Thank you one and all.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful and encouraging words. In fact, the exact words Madam Anuradha was mentioning, even one word can end up in litigation. Like Madam was saying, 3 years of experience in High Court, but it went on to High Court and High Court interpreted in a way, experience of High Court or any other court. Whereas if it was mentioned only in High Court, probably there would have been no litigation. So that only in High Court was missing, so it became a case for arrested endowment officers case. So something like that. So if you keep on reading, somewhere somebody who would like to delay will get a lead. So we wanted to learn from each other's experience all these practices, sir. So now I request Sri Ajay Kumar ji to enlighten us how these things can be handled and legal mitigation can happen in times to come. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sridhar Babu Garu, Honorable Minister for Industries, IT, Law, Government of Telangana. Professor Sri Krishna Dev Rao Garu, respected Vice Chancellor of Nalsar University of Law. Burra Venkatesham Garu, Honorable Chairman of Telangana PSC. Dr. Dinesh Dasa, Honorable Member of Union Public Service Commission. Honorable judges and respected lawyers present here. Honorable chairpersons and members of various state public service commissions. Respected faculty of Nalsar University of Law, officers from the Union Public Service Commission and State Public Service Commissions present here, friends from media. It's truly an honor for me to be here to share my thoughts on this extremely topical subject. And it's also a matter of great happiness because I get to see some of the chairmen and members of the State Public Service Commissions. Some I had occasion to meet in Chennai earlier about a few weeks back, and now some more here for the first time, and I look forward to interacting with all of you after this session. I'd also like to compliment Telangana PSC and the Nalsar University of Law for having organized what is seemingly a wonderful gathering of luminaries, experts, eminent lawyers, jurors, to discuss something which is of extreme relevance. I don't want to be very long. I just want to make 3 brief points as part of my talk here. These are, the first is with respect to what is the challenge that we need to address. The second is, as both Burra Venkatesham Garu and Honorable Minister have said, how can technology make a difference? And third is, again, something on which the Honorable Minister alluded with respect to some of the process-related things that we need to look forward to. As far as the challenges that we see today, it's a very happy position to be as chairman of UPSC, which has, as I have experienced over the last few weeks, has tremendous amount of trust among all the people who deal with it. It is one of the few institutions of independent India which has weathered the test of time and has been able to deliver without fear and favor. It has been able to create a civil service in the country which is based on merit. And not only civil services, in my previous role as Defense Secretary, I can also vouch for the fact that armed forces also are totally believe in the merit-based selections which the NDA and CDS has been able to achieve over the years. I have, whatever limited experience I've had, I have seen a number of state PSCs progressing in that direction, and I'm sure they will soon achieve it. UPSC has then been able to do this for 100 years. The challenge really is, in the next 100 years, when we look back, we'll be able to say the same thing. And this is also because the society that we live in is facing tremendous change. The impact of digital technologies, internet, social media has changed the way information is created, processed, shared, and as a result, it is disrupting the way systems work, and the processes which were there earlier will no more be valid going forward. The second major change that is happening is that the new generation is more confident, more questioning, and more assertive, quite unlike our own, where we were more conforming and quietly obedient. Both of these are welcome changes, but we must also recognize as a collective community of public service commission with a constitutional responsibility that these societal changes are going to create a huge challenge in our ability to deliver to our people what we have been delivering for decades and nearly a century for UPSC. Because of these changes, today UPSC is flooded with cases. In fact, we have more cases than we have people. And the fact that we have 19 CAD benches, 25 principal benches of the High Court, and 12 other benches of the High Courts to deal with in the geographical spread of the country does not make our task any easier. And therefore, we need to recognize this challenge and deal with it if we are going to be able to deliver what we wish to deliver. I think today there is no question that technology is a big enabler, and while we do see technology in the hands of miscreants being misused, it is also the biggest tool that we as people who have to create the processes of tomorrow need to use. And one of the biggest areas where technology can be a huge enabler is in terms of knowledge management. Today, databases of judgments, creating institutional memory, ease in preparing affidavits, and so forth. A large number of things can be undertaken using digital technologies, which will significantly reduce the drudgery and time taken in the ways we used to do in the past. UPSC has developed a court judgment data bank, which may be of interest to some of the PSCs. A mention was made of artificial intelligence and large language models. And in terms of knowledge management systems, large language models have dramatically changed what is possible. In fact, the Honorable Supreme Court has already started an AI-based system for drafting their own judgments. In the UPSC, we have recently initiated a process of developing AI-based tools for several of our processes, because a number of our processes can benefit from these large language model-based tools. One of the important one is developing AI-based analysis and processing of large number of disciplinary cases that we receive, and it would be possible to discharge that responsibility in a much faster manner. Today, when disciplinary proceedings take 8 to 10 years, the whole purpose of having penalty linked to the act of delinquency is lost. And it is imperative that whatever the punishment is, needs to be delivered as close to the time of act as possible. And PSCs can have a significant role, and AI-based systems can actually enable this in a very big way. This is one role which is sometimes not talked about so much with respect to PSCs, but can make a huge difference to the overall governance and the vision of efficient and professional civil service that the Constitution bestows upon us. The second important technology enabler is with respect to transparency. And time has come that we cannot be shy of sharing information. If we do not share, people will share misinformation. And misinformation is a big nuisance. And fact-checking units are totally failing in able to create the false narratives that misinformations can create. Therefore, the only answer to ensuring that these false narratives and this criticism that things are not fair is greater transparency, and we need not be shy of that. The third thing which technology enables, given the large number of stakeholders and aspirants that we have, is direct engagement with stakeholders in a way in which physical world could not have done. Honorable Minister spoke about online dispute resolution, and today we could look at the possibility of seeing if some of the mechanisms could be sorted out outside the legal mechanisms so that the people are able to move forward and find solutions. We could use AI chat box to ensure that a large number of people who have approached me since my taking charge is about simple queries because they do not know how things work. And AI chat box should easily be able to resolve some of these issues. Let me come to the last part of my third point, and that is about process reforms. And let me make a slightly different point here. Under the Constitution, one of the mandates of UPSCs and state PSCs is to decide the principles to be followed in making appointments and promotions. Over the years, we have followed a traditional system where greater emphasis is given on seniority over performance. However, there is a sense of distrust implicit in this principle. As our country moves on the path of development, which has not been known for the last 500 years or more, as we go on to envision to become a global leader of sorts, and for which efficient and professional civil services have to be the backbone of our system, public civil services will continue to come under public scrutiny for outcomes. And the question that I pose is whether it is time to consider a stronger focus on performance while ensuring that the core principles of neutrality and integrity are fully preserved. Performance should not be a backdoor for counterbalancing neutrality and integrity of the civil services. The second important process reform that I would like to offer, or would like to offer for your consideration, is the need to have greater responsiveness. Whenever there is a court decision, we need to look at the fundamental reason why the decision has gone in the favor of the other party. And we may consider looking at suitable reforms that the core issue is resolved, and this could thereafter reduce the number of cases on similar matters, because it has been my experience in the government that very often similar cases continue to come one after another because we failed to correct the policy guidance that has come in initial one of the cases. This could be one more a way by which not only we are solving the problem of cases, but we are offering a level playing field to all the other people who are similarly placed, and not because someone is a litigant he gets a benefit and all the other people who are quietly not fighting a case actually did not get the benefit. So it would create a level playing field between people who are similarly placed. Lastly, may I suggest that, and as has again been suggested by Honorable Minister and Chairman of Telangana PSC, it's time that we pool our heads together, pool our resources together, look at the similar challenges that are faced by PSCs in large, and try to come up with common databases, common knowledge base, common ways of dealing with common problems, while ensuring that none of the constitutional autonomy is anyway compromised. Let me conclude. It goes without saying, in a democracy, PSCs are the silent center reform that needs to address the 3 T's. And these 3 T's are: we have to ensure trust, we have to ensure transparency, and we have to use technology. And I'm sure that the deliberations of this conference will help us move forward towards all these 3 T's. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
So thank you very much for your insightful address, sir. So way forward and the road ahead you have clearly demarcated, and it will be very useful for us to go ahead in that path, because you will be with in this appointment for next 5 years with all of us. So it will go a long way in shaping the path you laid out. And we have huge databases with us. Like Telangana itself has more than 32 lakh job seekers database. Likewise, every state has a big database. Court cases, Telangana itself has more than 1200 cases. Like that, all other states put together, we may have some 40,000 cases put together. With blockchain and AI put together, it can spin off any kind of strategies to counter any kind of counters people are filing against us. So with our Honorable Minister, he has been a reform-oriented minister. He is not a regular politician. As I was telling, he is more of an officer-like politician. So we can ask him to help, because Hyderabad being one of the most important IT centers in the country, if not number 1, it is at least number 2 and number 1 always in most of the cases. We are always in competition with Bangalore. So they can help us to create this kind of database for any kind of information churning, data mining. We can have and create a wonderful platform where we can get our answers for whatever problems we have. So thank you very much for both of you for having come here and given this kind of assurance and also way ahead. Thank you very much, sir. Now we'll break for lunch and quickly join by 3 p.m. so that we'll not lose time, half an hour. Here only. Lunch, working lunch. Yeah, that you can. Yeah, we'll mementos. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. May I request Professor Sri Krishnadeva Rao, Vice Chancellor, sir, to hand over special mementos from Nalsar University of Law to the Chief Guest, Sri Ajay Kumar Garu. And to our Minister, Sri D. Sridhar Babu Garu. And TGPSC Chairperson, Burra Venkatesham Garu. I would like to again thank the chief guest and guest of honor for gracing this occasion. Thank you so much.